Good morning, off on my weekly walk again. A bit different one this time. It'll be a tarmac one. There's so much wind and rain this week. The mud's horrendous. I'm going to do a tarmac pavement walk out towards Norton, Harvington, Abbott, Salford, Salford Priors, back round Harvington, back home. It's a bit short one, about 13 mile I think it is. Come back to you in a bit. Okay, up the Green Hill part of Evesham now. Where I was standing is actually where the Battle of Evesham took place, on the 4th of August 1265. Between two armies, it was Henry III, led by his son Edward, who became Edward I, and the rebel barons, led by Simon de Montfort, the Earl of Leicester. The rebels were defeated and many other rebels were killed, including Simon de Montfort. We have a reenactment every year, around about the 4th of August in Evesham. It goes on all weekend, it's really interesting. If you can pause the video there, there's some information about the battle itself and the field it's on. Okay, going back up to the main road now, we'll head out towards Norton. That's the next small village I'll go through. I'm just walking down through Harvington now, getting close to St Egwin's Church. There's not much in Harvington, it's the main road and a small housing estate just behind it. And nothing much else here now. But where I am, just here, where it used to be a little chef, and this was the main A road years ago before they built the bypass. St Egwin's Church is a Grade II listed, built in the 13th century, and added more additions onto it in the 14th and 15th century. And had extensive rebuilding in 1844. I'm sorry if this is not a very good video, but the wind today has been pretty horrendous. It's been bad all night and it's still not absolutely brilliant now, so there might be a lot of wind noise. Got a fair bit of traffic noise at the moment as well. And this is just into the entrance to the church here. In the porch there's a little memorial to people who lost their lives in the Second World War. There's also one there about a Wellington aircraft in the Second World War crashed from RAF Honeybourne. We crashed in the village, killing a Canadian crew of 5. Norton Grange pub, about halfway between Norton and Harvington. Okay, we're coming up into the village of Harvington now. Used to be two villages, Harvington and Harvington Cross. Now just one village. We'll go through the cross side on the way back towards Evesham. This side here you've got two churches. You've got a Baptist church and the Grade I listed St James the Great Church. It was built in the 11th to 12th century, rebuilt and enlarged in the 14th century. There's two pubs in the village. You've got the Golden Cross, which is near the crossroads on the cross side, and the Coach and Horses, which we should be passing shortly. The village is built between the Lenches, or the Lench Hills, and the River Avon, and there's also down behind me a large caravan site and a vast array of fishing lakes. There's also a shop up on the other side of the village as well. It's got some beautiful thatch buildings here as well. Beautiful old village. There's the Coach and Horses pub it's over on the left here. Looks like it's closed down up for lease again, like a lot of them are in the villages, well, everywhere actually now. They're all struggling. That's St James's Church. Beautiful example of an old church, that one. Lovely tiny little cottage there, thatched cottage. There ahead of me are the fishing lakes, or one of them. There's about 5 or 6 there I think. Just entering the village of Abbot Salford now. Okay, in front we have Salford Hall Hotel, a Grade 1 listed building. It was actually built for the monks of Evesham Abbey, later owned by the Salford family. Between 1808 and 1838 was used as a nunnery, and now it is a country house hotel. To my right is the entrance to Abbot Salford caravan park. There's the Vineyard public house. Just entering the village of Salford Priors now. About 8 miles from Stratford upon Avon, 6 miles north of Evesham. Got a Grade 1 listed church, Norman church called St Matthew's. Also got 2 pubs here, the Bell Inn, we'll pass shortly, and the Queen's Head, top end of the village, a place called Iron Cross, first school, and a residential care home. That's the Bell public house, it's a free house. It does quite well apparently, very good food. A couple of lovely thatched black and white cottages coming up as well on the left. It's over here. There's some work done to them, rethatched. One the garage on the left and the furthest house. Those look beautiful in the summer with the hanging baskets outside as well. St Matthew's Church over there, we just talked about. Going up School Road in Salford Priors. The village hall, memorial hall. In front of me there is Park Hall. It's a Victorian building built in 1880. It's a former dower house to Ragley Hall, a Ragley Hall estate owned by the Marquis of Hertford. During the Second World War it was used to house Land Army girls. Now accommodation, I believe, turned into flats. So there's houses at the front here. Better view of the hall there. Beautiful Victorian building. There's also a railway station in Salford Priors, shut in 1962-63. Again, probably part of the Beeching Cuts house. This is the area of Salford Priors called Iron Cross, sorry. And I can just see a sign up on the pub. Looks like this one's shut as well. So it looks like that's up for lease. It's 2 out of the 3 in Salford are now shut. Not very good. Sorry, 1 in Salford, 1 in Harvington, wasn't it? They're both shut. The way of the world now, I'm afraid. Coming into Pitch Hill now, not much here. Mostly estate houses, workers on the Ragley Hall estate. And down the bottom of the drive, there's a big hall down there. I think it used to be owned by the Bumford family. I think it was a care home for many years. I don't know much else about it, to be honest. Small industrial estate down there as well. That's basically all I know about it, I think. It's coming up to the Harvington Cross side of Harvington now. Just down on the left is a Golden Cross pub, probably named after the cross itself. It's the actual crossroads on the main road here. Golden Cross pub there, still open by the look of it. Over to my right is a shop up there, and the Lenches. And up ahead of me, about 200 yards, there's a large farm shop, a Lundeen farm shop. Just back, joined up the route where we came out on this morning. I'm back at Norton Grange pub now. So about another 2.5 to 3 mile back to Evesham. I shan't film much of this now because we've seen it out on the way out already.